Okay, some Chapter 9 exercises. So first one up, 9-4. Oh, well, that's okay. No, that's not okay. It's not a date. It's just a number. Good Lord. There. My goodness. All right. On January 1st of 2018, Advanced Airline purchased a used airplane at a cost of $60,500,000. Advanced Airline expects the plane to remain useful for 8 years, or 5 million miles, and to have a residual value of $5,500,000. Advanced Airline expects the plane to be flown 1,100,000 miles the first year and 1,200,000 miles the second year. All right, they wanted us to compute the second year depreciation expense on the plane using the following methods: straight line, units production, double declining, and then calculate the balance and accumulated depreciation at the end of the second year for all three methods. Okay, well, we're going to do first year and second year. Okay, so we've got it. All right, so first up, we will do straight line. And you know what? I'm going to copy that stuff over so we have. Okay, so now I have the information. I went ahead and made it big. I don't need to worry about it. All right, so first up, we're going to do straight line. All right. So straight line depreciation equals cost minus residual divided by life in years. So we're going to have 60,500,000. These numbers are bigger than I know what to do with. Minus 5,500,000 divided by 8 years. All right, so that is $6,875,000, and this is per year. So year one would be 6,875,000. Year two would be 6,875,000. This is our depreciation expense. I'm not doing the whole table for this one. I'm just getting the answer. This is our depreciation expense. And so our accumulated depreciation would, at the end of year two, would be both of these added together. Okay, so that was straight line. All right, next up, we're going to do units of output. Okay, so for units of output, it's the same basic start, cost minus residual, but then it's divided by life in output. So in our case, it's going to be 60,500,000 again, minus 5,500,000, and then divided by 5 million miles. So 60 divided by 5 million. This is too many zeros for my eyeballs. So that is $11 per mile. All right, so year one, the output in year one was 1,100,000 miles. And in year 2, it was 1,200,000. All right, the rate is $11. And then just multiply that out. So this one is just units because it's miles. These two are both dollars. This is depreciation expense. And then our accumulated depreciation is just that at the end of year 1. And then that plus that at the end of year 2. So this is end of year 2. All right, and then double declining. All right, now this one, I kind of do have to set the table. It's a little bit easier, but let's figure out the rate. Double declining balance rate equals 2 times the straight line rate. So it's going to be 2 times 1 divided by 8. Right? Has an 8-year life? Yes. 2 times 1 divided by 8. Which equals 2 times 1 divided by 8. So 25%. Or, well, it is 25%. Okay. So then we're going to have you need to start with the beginning of year 1. Then year 1, year 2. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to do them all. So I can show you how to do it at the end. And then we'll do a whole nother one that does it all again too. But anyway. Okay, so on this one, we're going to have our book value, the rate, depreciation expense, accumulated depreciation, and book value again. Oh. Okay, so it starts off at 60,500,000. And remember, don't put anything else in this first row. Okay, just put that cost. Don't put anything else in there. Oh, you know what? I did the wrong one. Hang on. Let me fix it. This needs to move up. This is why you have to be careful with your rows, because if you mess up, it's messed up. I don't know if that's going to move or not. Oh, yep, it did. Okay. So there's our original cost. You know, let me go ahead and make all these what they need to be real quick. Okay, so this is now the end of year 1. So you start off with the book value, and at the beginning of year 1 it's going to be your cost. And it's just the cost. You don't subtract out residual. Okay, our rate is the 40%. So then multiply. Book value times the rate. And then accumulated depreciation the first year is just what it is. All right, and then book value is cost minus accumulated. All right, and for my formula, if I want to copy it later, it always needs to go back up here to G31. So I'm going to put a $sign in front of 31, and that makes it absolute. Okay, so at the beginning of year 2, or for year 2 to calculate it, you pick up the book value at the end of year 1. And it's still 40%. You multiply the book value times the rate. All right, for accumulated depreciation, take the past year plus the current year. And then book value is your cost minus your accumulated. And let me put a $sign in front of that 31. Wrote 31. All right. So 38,720 is our accumulated at the end of year 2. And our book value, of course, is 21,270. Now what you can do is you can just copy this down. All right, and it's already all done for you. But if you notice, it goes a little too far. So the thing about double declining is you have to stop it when it hits a certain point. Okay, so let's see. I did something wrong here. I don't know what I did wrong. I don't have a formula here, so I don't know why it just didn't copy down 40%. But that's the problems, or that's part of the problem. There. Okay, now, here's what I wanted to show you, though. You have to stop when book value hits residual. And in our case, residual value is $5,500,000. So really, we're going to stop somewhere in here between year 4 and 5. Because this right here has to be $5,500,000. So you're only going to do it for 5 years. You're not going to do it for the whole time. So this can all go because we're not going to do it. All right, this has to stop at $5,500,000. All right, must stop at residual. Okay, which means to get to the $5,500,000, this has to be $55,000. All right, and what you can do if you want to calculate it, you can do the 60,000 minus the residual, and that's what my accumulated depreciation needs to stop at. So for this year, it's only going to be the difference between these two, which might be close. I don't know, but let's see. All right, well, 2 million. Okay, so this is going to be the 55 accumulated that I need minus what's already in there. And you're not going to actually do this stuff. All right, you're going to plug this number in. You're going to solve for it. All right, and it's the 55 million minus the 52,659,200. And that's how I got that number right there. Okay? So double declining is a little bit different. And then you're not going to have anything in years 6, 7, and 8. You're just going to stop. And I think I'm going to upload that one by itself.